you ever truly replicate a pet? And is it fair to the animal? Charlotte's been having a look. Charlotte.
Yes, this is the details of exactly how it works, because the cell sample is taken from the body of the dog to be cloned. This has to be stored in a fridge. Next, eggs are taken from a donor dog. Using a high-powered microscope, the nucleus with the donor's DNA is removed and it's replaced with a cell of the dog being cloned. Now, this egg is then blasted with electricity to start the cells dividing to then become an embryo. This is implanted into a new surrogate dog's womb, and if it's successful, 60 days later, an exact replica of the puppy cloned pet will be born, and the process can be repeated multiple times. So that is the science behind it.
It's very involved, isn't it? Joining us now is Remde, who's helping to make dog cloning possible for UK pet owners. With him is his clone dog. This is
Chance.
Chance. And Chance is a clone as well. Alongside him is naturalist Anneka Svenska, who says cloning dogs is unethical. Good morning to both of you.
Hello. Good
morning. Let's start with you, Richard. What made you want to clone your dog?
Well, my girlfriend's dog died, Dylan, and she was quite a new girlfriend. So I went out of my way to try and make it happen.
So but you wanted to impress her, really? You wanted to do something nice for her?
That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, she was grieving really bad. She loved Dylan like I love my kids.
Sure.
We were in a rented property. We were just buying our new house. So I put Dylan. He died. I put him in the freezer so we could bury him at our new house.
Right. So you could take him with you. Yeah.
Yeah. And a few days later, she were talking about getting him stuffed and all sorts. And when we were down at the University of Vets, where Dylan was having his treatment, I read an article about them cloning them in Korea. So I drove back down to Liverpool, found a magazine, rung them up, and they says, no, it's too late. This would have, it was the 12th day by then. They said, it's too late. I rung them again, and they said, can you not just try for research? So they agreed to do it for research. So I flew the cells, flew the cells to Korea. And now we've got two replicas.
You've got two, didn't you? So Shadow and Chance are the dogs. How similar are they to Dylan?
Well, it's quite scary, really. You know, when we were waiting for him to come home, we thought they might be like Dylan's puppies. But they're just like Dylan all over.
So
you know.
any of the personality traits that she loved and you loved are all there.
They're all there, yeah. They sit on you just like Dylan did. One's a bit giddier than the other. But apart from that, it was a little bit scary at first because you looked at him and you thought, God, it's like Dylan.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, just...
So clearly, what we can see, Anneka, is that this had a hugely important part to play in the family. Richard's girlfriend loved the fact that she had a replacement for Dylan that she'd lost and was dearly missed as well. What's not to love?
Well, I started to look into this about 2 years ago. As you know, I'm a huge dog lover. I've got 4 dogs at home. I've got one dog in particular called Kiyoshi, who's my heart and soul. And of course, I often think to myself, what would I do without her? So I did actually start to investigate about 2 years the dog cloning industry. And unfortunately opened a lot of doors that were very, very immoral and unethical to me.
Give us an idea.
Well, in order to... As basically it was being described over there, in order to actually clone a dog, you need to take eggs from multiple donor dogs. Now, this isn't just one dog, this is many, many dogs. And then you need many, many surrogates. And then in order to get one perfect, beautiful specimen like this, can take sometimes over 100 attempts. Now, this means that you are producing lots and lots of little dogs that didn't quite make it. So lots and lots of little dogs, just like him, that didn't come home. Now, they can be deformed, or they might simply not be carrying exact genetic DNA as he does, because what they do is they draw the material off the puppy when it's born, and if it doesn't match the one that died, then they don't give that to the client.
And what happens to those puppies
Exactly.
then?
What happens to these puppies and what happens to all the deformed puppies?
OK, well, let's ask Richard, because you're now actually facilitating this, aren't you?
We've got a dog cloning company, yeah.
So what happens to the puppies that aren't the perfect match and aren't going to go to
Well, I think that what you're talking about there is like quite a few years ago. Now, we don't need to do like they said over there, we can actually clone from the urine. We still need a surrogate mum, obviously, but it's come on.
And many surrogate mums?
No. So I'm doing it at the moment. My dog died 2 months ago, Max. He was 19. The cells are in Korea now, frozen, ready to do the documentary with HBO. But I need to guarantee a pregnancy within a month for the documentary to start.
But if the donor dog or bitch has puppies that aren't a match, are you going to take the puppies that come out that aren't a match?
There will be match, 100% guaranteed.
There's no puppies come out that aren't a perfect genetic match?
100% guaranteed. I've got to use 2 surrogate mums to get Max, and
there's 2 surrogate mums though.
And I'm going to adopt the 2 surrogate mums as well.
The 2 surrogate puppies?
Yeah, I'm going to adopt the puppies and the mums.
Right, so you're prepared to take on a large number of dogs so there isn't a question mark over what happens to the mums, what happens to the dog. But not every family is going to be in that position, are they?
No, they're not, no. When we did it the first time round, we adopted the surrogate mums. We've got them. Well, one of them died, unfortunately, but, yeah, they live with us.
Actually, can I talk a little bit about the surrogate mums? Because after doing some investigation into the laboratories in South Korea, it was very evident from their video footage and their photographic footage that they were using what looked like tosers. Now, in South Korea, the toser is not considered to be a pet dog.
Is that a breed of dog?
It's, I will show you. It's actually a dog which they breed for the dog meat industry. Now, in South, this is one of the surrogate mums that's at the Somme laboratory.
If you hold it still there.
Yeah.
Anneka, can you have a look at that? Yeah.
Yeah.
OK, so that is...
They're quite big dogs, aren't they,
Yeah. OK, so that's a toser. In South Korea, they are bred in the dog meat farms to be eaten. This is another toser at the same laboratory.
Right.
And you can clearly see it's a toser. Now, these are large dogs, which means they're very good at birthing, but also they have absolute zero respect in Korea for being a dog. And as you can see, this is a dog meat farm. If you can take.
So you're worried that it's connecting up to the trade that upsets and horrifies many people.
Any animal lover or any people that aren't even animal lovers. And I'd imagine that must be a worry for you as well.
Yeah.
I am a complete animal lover. Me and Laura, we live for animals. We rescued 3 dogs as well as I've got 9 dogs. We've rescued 3. If the Koreans, the Professor Sohn Biotech, they take these dogs wherever they get them, but the dogs live the best life they can possibly live. If anything, we're doing good. We're getting some of these surrogate mums and we're going to give them a good life. When they've had the puppies in Korea, they go to a little sanctuary to live next door.
Do you worry, though, Richard, that obviously you've got the best of intentions and you absolutely adore your dogs and you want that to happen, but there might not be people out there that are as scrupulous as you. There might be sort of people watching this morning thinking, hold on, there could be a great business for me here. I can plan a lot of the love and the passion that people have for their dogs, and I'll go over there, we can exploit this. And as Anneka's saying, these huge dogs which are being just treated as
I don't believe they will ever become pets because they don't have any value in South Korea, because Humane Society International have to go over there several times a year and have to rescue tosers and bring them out of South Korea.
We've actually rescued a dog from a Korean meat farm, totally completely different to Sohn Biotech. We've got it at our house now. If the surrogate mums went to a bad place or anything happened to them, I would not be involved in dog cloning one little bit.
We're going to have to leave it there, unfortunately. It's an absolutely fascinating subject.
Very quickly, why didn't you just breed from the dogs?
Because the dog died.
Yes,
All
in your
I can do is keep my girlfriend happy.
Yeah.
Or we should be rescuing dogs is the other thing. There's plenty of dogs on death row. We should be looking to do that.
But you can understand as a dog lover having
I can understand. I can understand. But ethics rule the day, I'm afraid.